think most everybody's here. We'll go ahead and get going. For anybody that's new, brand new, give us a shout out in the chat if I miss somebody. I was gone for a while, so you may be new to me, but you've been here before, so I want to make sure we welcome everybody, as everybody is welcome. It's Tuesday. I have the honor and privilege of facilitating. My name is Marty. I'm so glad to be here. We also have a physical space in Spokane, Washington. Fantastic. What a beautiful group. So if you are new, welcome. We hope that you enjoy this evening. We have bringing forward for the month of January the Four Noble Truths. And for those of you who are brand new, a very, very simplistic description of the Four Noble Truths is truth number one is that we all are uncomfortable. We all suffer in some form. All humanity does. The second noble truth is that there's a reason for it. And the third noble truth is that there is hope. There is the way to relieve ourselves from that suffering. And the fourth noble truth is that which we feed ourselves, whether it be the eighth noble or the eightfold path, or accepting peace and joy and compassion, and or giving peace, joy, and compassion. All can be parts of it. So tonight we're going to do a real fun meditation, very relaxing one, and we're going to focus on letting go of some of those things that we tend to carry around, which is part of the fourth noble truth. So take a moment and get yourself in whatever meditative position works best for you, whether you're sitting up or lying down, cooking dinner, walking the dog. And then we're just going to take a moment and get in touch with our breath. I take a minute and take three very slow and deep inhalations, filling both the abdomen and the chest. I'll hold for a slow count of 8, and I'll exhale for a slow count of 8. And once I've done that 3 times, and you do whatever breathing works for you, we'll go ahead and get started. As you continue to settle in, getting in touch with your breath, just bring to mind any tension that might reside between your ears, any tension in the forehead. Relax your cheeks, relax the jaw, down through the neck, over the shoulders, over your arms and past the elbows. And just let that tension drain from the palms of your hands. Let it just fall to the ground. And just breathe. Bring to mind any stress that might reside between the shoulder blades, in your chest, the abdomen, your lower back. Relax down through the hips, across your leg, over the knees, past your calves and ankles, and just let that tension drain from the bottoms of your feet. Let it just fall into the ground. Mother Earth is happy to take it. And just breathe. And just take a moment and Imagine yourself on a warm, sunny day, standing in green grass, barefoot. Feel the grass underneath your feet. See the blue sky above. Feel the rays of the sun as they touch your forehead. Occasional cloud floating above. And a pond nice and still out in front of you. And just take a moment. Picture the pond however you like. Maybe some lily pads, some beautiful lotus flowers, wisping grass, cattails. Let the pond be yours. Let it be still. And just breathe. Now imagine each of you has an apron on, one that goes over the neck and drapes across the front of you. Take a moment and take each string and feel the, whether it be cotton or silk or whatever you want the apron to feel like, and tie it behind your back. Let it be whatever color you want it to be. Maybe it's made of denim, camo, beautiful flowers, soft pastels. Just let it be your apron. And in this apron today, in our pockets in the front, we have some stones. And just imagine for a moment the weight of those stones gently tugging on your neck. Feel that weight out in front of you. It's not too much, but you can feel it. As you stand there in front of your pond, and just breathe. Now imagine reaching in the pocket in the front and picking up a stone. Maybe your stone is smooth and round, maybe it's jagged and square. But just to feel it in your hands, feel it in your fingers. It can be large, it can be small. It's your stone. But as you look down on the stone, you're going to see a word written in the stone, and it says guilt. And just take a moment and imagine something that you may have felt guilt about in the past. Maybe it's something that's present. And when you've connected with that guilt stone, toss it into the pond as far as you can. And watch as it hits the water and the ripples that go outward. And as you continue to breathe, watch the ripples as they slowly approach the sides of the pond and they get lesser and lesser. And once again, the pond becomes still. And just breathe. One more time, reach in front of your pocket and pull out another stone. Maybe it's the same as the last. Maybe it's different. It's your stone. Does not matter. But there is a word written on the stone. And that stone is shame. Bring to mind something that you believe brought you some shame. Maybe someone has shamed you in the past. It doesn't have to be heavy, just something to connect with the stone. And when you feel ready, toss it as far as you can into the pond. Watch it hit the water, the ripples as they gently go from larger to smaller, as they slowly work their way out to the outside edges of the pond. And you see in time that once again the pond becomes still. And again we breathe. Once again, reach into the pocket of your apron. Pluck from it another stone. Does not matter what the stone looks like, but take a moment to feel it. Is it rough? Is it smooth? Is it heavy? Is it light? And written on this stone is the word anger. And just take a moment and bring to mind something that either makes you angry today or made you angry in the past. It's just a stone. There is no judgment. It's just the word. But once you've connected to the stone, as hard or as soft as you want, toss it into the pond. And as it hits the water, again watch the ripples, large at first, and they slowly dissipate and dissipate as they work their way out to the outside edges, as the pond becomes still. And just breathe. Once again, reach into the apron, pluck another stone, connect with the stone. How does it feel? How does it weigh? And on this stone is the word sad. Connect to the stone something that was sad in the past, maybe sad today. No judgment, for it's just a stone. And as you connect that feeling to the stone and it feels right, toss it however you will into the pond. As it hits the water and creates the waves, again, just watch the waves as they get smaller and smaller. And you're more comfortable, you're more relaxed, you're safe. And your apron's getting lighter with each stone that's tossed. And breathe. Again, reach into the pocket. There's only 2 stones left, and you pull the second to the last stone, and again, feel it. Is it smooth? Is it rough? Is it heavy? What color is it? And on this stone is the word depressed. At some point we feel low. It's different than sad. Maybe a little down on ourselves, a little mixture, a little guilt, a little shame. Maybe it's just fatigue. We're not eating well. Just feeling kind of low. And take a moment and attach it to the stone. The stone is just a stone. There is no judgment, no right or wrong. And when it feels right, toss that stone into the pond one more time. And watch the ripples, large at first. Watch as they gently get smaller and smaller as they approach the sides. And once again, the pond becomes still. Only one stone left. You feel much lighter, both inside and out. Pressure on your neck is relieved as you reach down and pull the last stone from your apron. Again, connect with the stone. Is it soft? Is it rough? Is it round? And on this last stone is the word jealous. Jealous is merely wanting something that somebody else has. Jealous is often connected to the first noble truth. We want things to be different than they actually are. Sometimes this stone can be the heaviest of all. Bring to mind something that you wanted to be different than it actually is. Maybe it's something materialistic that somebody has. Maybe you see joy in somebody's face that you wish you felt that joy. Just take a moment and recognize that we all at some point want things to be different than they are. Want something that somebody else appears to have. And this last stone being heaviest of all, when it feels right, with all your might, toss it into the pond. And as it makes the biggest splash of all, the waves are as big as they've been, and yet again, they get smaller and smaller. No matter what size stone we toss, eventually the pond grows still. And just breathe. And just take a moment. Imagine the lightness that you have just unburdened yourself with. Feel how light you feel, the emptiness of the apron. You've let go of so many things, tossed into a pond that gladly accepts the rocks. For no matter what you throw at the pond, it eventually once again becomes still. And we'll just take a moment, relax and breathe, and imagine the pond being still. And when it feels right, go ahead and take a big, deep, cleansing breath. Gently bring yourself back to the room. This evening we brought forward some stones. Oftentimes we picture those as being negative, and maybe they are, and maybe they're not. Sometimes they're heavy, and sometimes they're not. And we tossed them away into a pond and watched it gently recede, and the pond became still. I enjoy these meditations so much, and the goal is for you to be relaxed and safe and warm. But I also love that sometimes it stirs people up. That's what the practice is all about. As we go through our day and through our week, may we recognize that everybody we come across is carrying an apron of stones of their own. May you have a wonderful evening, a great week. Namaste.